will change from thousands to millions. And then it's just a matter of time, hundreds of millions, just a matter of time, billions. That's how it works. Okay, so people that are making billions of dollars, and you, is there any difference? Okay, on a general note, yes, there is no difference. Or should I say no, there is no difference. I say, is there any difference on a general note now? He is a man, you are a man. He is this, you are also this. He has one head, you also have one head. He has one brain. But the content of, you have one brain, he has one brain, but the content of the brain is the difference. That is what is making this person. You may say, whatever, they are in a better country, the country supports them. Don't you have billionaires in dollars, even in Nigeria? We do. Because if you find excuses for, okay, this person is rich because his father gave him wealth or he inherited it, if you keep finding excuses like that, you are indirectly telling God, or you are telling nature, or you are telling yourself, no matter what I do in life, I will never be as rich as this person. That's just what you are saying. But just trash all those excuses. If this person can achieve it, I can. I don't care where I am. I don't care who I am. I am created in God's image. That is enough. And God has given me all the resources to make as much as that. Because I have just one life to live and it must count. See, that's it. So as a church person, when you have this mind, everything you do will be expressing that. It's all about you. It's not about what you do first. It's about you. You as an editor, you as a designer, you as a social media person. I was fighting with one of my social media guys that works with me. I was fighting with him which day? 2 days ago. I'm like, if all you do is post videos on a page on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, it's you have failed as a social media manager. That is not all you are supposed to be doing. I can get a teenager to do that for me, and I'll just be paying him over 5K. And the teenager will be so happy because just post now. I'll be giving the teenager data. So that means as far as data is concerned, this teenager will never use his or her money to buy data. And then one way or the other, he or she is expecting at least worst case scenario 5K in a month. That is just on a you get. So now employing someone that is that told you at the point of interview that I'm a professional, this is what I do, this is who I am, and then the person comes in and then all the person is doing is um post. They send you the video, you just post, you are done for the day. And you think you're going to become a millionaire in that field, you can never be, because you are not doing it as someone who wants to be. It is beyond that. What else can I do differently at this work? What else can I do? It's first about you. That is my focus today. I'm bringing this home already. It's first about you as an editor, as a designer. Okay, this is how I've been designing for a while. What else can I add to this design to make sense so that it will come out? If I do a video and I show someone, the person didn't give me the required expression, I'm not always satisfied. At least one thing is you must be ready to watch the video more than once. Number two, you must be ready to give me expression. I want to see that you get. And number three, you must be able to tell somebody else, guy, come and see this video. That's when I'll be satisfied. But if you watch it and it's nice. No, I failed because I want to make a statement in this field. So that's it. When you do things in that mind, with that mindset. Okay, I'm getting questions now. When you do things with that mindset, um you will always be wanted. That's the point. You will always be wanted. The places I worked in before now, I'm always still needed in those places. I'm telling you, it's just based on how you do yourself. devote yourself, your life to a cause. Okay, most times we're always afraid of devoting. For example, maybe let me give you this. Ah, God, thank you. Let me give you this. I may not be able to say much after this, but hold it dearly, because this is one struggle that most people have. But the day I made a decision, my life changed. Okay, my life changed. When I say my life changed, believe me, my life changed. My finances changed. Yeah, you know what it means to move from a point where, when you go to supermarket and you're always, before you buy something, you're like, how much is this thing? How much? The price will determine if you buy it or not. And you move from there to a point where you just go and buy what you need, and then they give you the final list and you just pay and you get out. That is what I mean. And what happened? What happened is, when you work, especially when it has to do with God, when you are working for God, or maybe you are employed as a video editor to work in a ministry, or you are you are serving as a video editor or as a designer in a department. Please listen to what I'm about to say. Don't struggle with it, like do it with the whole of your heart. Spend time at it. Do it more than you do your own stuff. Do it to the best of your ability. Put in all, expend all your strength into it. Your skill. Don't save your skill for other things, for your other clients. Put that skill into that thing. If you want to shoot a short movie for your church, bring forth your best ideas, shoot it in the best of your ability, edit it in the best of your ability. Keep doing that. A time is coming that God Himself will announce you. God Himself will bring you out. And when that happens, what others are struggling with, you won't struggle with it. I don't know if you get that. There are some things I may not be able to share because this is a public program, you get. But just hold that. Anything I'm doing, do it with the whole of your heart, especially when it has to do with the work of God. Nobody may see you, but do it with the whole of your heart. The work itself will announce you. That is why when you do something, people will keep asking. There was a time people kept asking, who used to edit these videos? Who? I do see those comments, but I will never reply. I do see those comments. Who used to edit this? Who used to edit this? I just know that when the time comes, God Himself is going to do it. I will never say, reply, I'm the one, no, I'm the one. See me here, check my page, I'm the one, no. No, I never had that urge to do that. In fact, there was a time somebody said, the person that post this thing, send me your account details. Send me in fact, there was a time somebody else said I'm the one that, but but do anything you have to do, do it with the whole of your heart. When you do it with the whole of your heart, it's just a matter of time. And guess what? The time won't take long. Trust me, in a matter of months. The time what God is doing these days is not you will suffer for this number of years before you become rich. No, if you are ready, you don't have to suffer at all. That's just the point. Even if you are ready, you don't have to, even that small struggle you are still struggling. In a matter of months or weeks, it will go. And because God needs you to be okay financially, because there's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of work to be done. The aim of God, do you know the aim of God? The aim of God is the kingdom, the people in hell right now. And by the time everything is over, the people in heaven will be more than the people in hell. That is God's aim. That people in heaven who make it in heaven, who makes it to heaven in the end, will be times 10 of people in hell. That is the plan. No matter how you think, like today, like you're like, oh, people in hell are much, a lot of people on earth are sinning, a lot of people on earth, just a little fraction will make heaven. That is not God's delight. In fact, that is why Jesus has not yet come, because the population of heaven has to be more. That is what gives the weight of the death of Christ. So if you are devoting your life to God, like I want to serve God, anything that's going to hinder you from serving God, such as finances, God will take care of it quickly so that you have enough time, enough money to propagate the gospel of God. Because that's the essence of your life. Your video editing, your graphic design, and all those things, the end result or the fact that you are successful in your field, the end result is so that souls will be won to Christ, so that people will come to God. So if that is not what you are doing, you need to think again. If that is not what you have in mind, you need to have that in mind again. All right. So lastly, I'm going to ask this question. Okay. When I ask that question, please let it be a take home. You may not be able to answer immediately, but answer it anytime you can. But answer it as soon as you can and start working on it. I watched a video this week, and the video really ministered to me. So since then I've been in that state. And then in the video, the person said, if you have 24 hours to live and you're only permitted to do one thing that will work, what will that thing be? You have 24 hours left to live and you are permitted to do just one thing. And that one thing that you will do has 100% assurance that it will work. What is that one thing? What will that one thing be? You can ask yourself too. Whatsoever your answer is, that is your purpose. Okay. When I saw the video, you know what I said? That one thing, immediately I had that question, the thing that came to my mind is that I'm going to make a movie. That is that one thing. A movie. And that a movie is going to lead as many millions and billions of souls to Christ. One thing. So if that's one thing that comes to your mind first, is maybe if you've gotten the answer now, that is your purpose. Just devote your time to it. Okay. Devote it's not like it's cast in stone. No, it's not cast in stone. You know, some of you may just give the wrong answer first. Don't go and say the wrong answer you gave is your purpose. No. Just know that that one thing that comes is like, this one thing is the most important thing to me in life. And most times when you've discovered your purpose, it's usually that thing that will come to your mind first. And if that is that one thing that you will do, why not? Since you don't even have 24 hours left, you have so many years left to live. Why not start putting in that work into that thing now and start creating and start doing as many as you can do? All right. So my time is almost up. So I will use the few minutes left to answer these questions. I know so many of you, maybe this was not what you were expecting. Even me, I wasn't expecting to talk in this direction. I have what I'm going to teach. Okay, but I'm still going to touch it like tips. Okay, so that some people will not feel too bad. Tips. Let me just give you tips. Okay, so when it comes to video editing, you want to cut short videos and all those things. What do you have in mind? Like I said, all of what I've been seeing is all about you who wants to cut it. Number one, you need to absorb the message. You need to have that spirit. Absorb the message. Know what the preacher is about to preach, because the aspect you cut out can either make or mar the message. It can ruin the whole message or it can build it. So the aspect you intend to cut out must always represent the interest of the message. Don't cut out a part that will be too that won't have beginning and won't have end, kind of a thing. Your message should have your hook, which is your beginning, and then your body, which explains the hook, and then your call to action. That is the end of your video. What ends it? Because most times when people watch a video, what they remember most is the last words they heard. That's what they remember most. So when you watch a video and then the person talk, and then the last thing the person says, you must stand your ground as a believer. That's the last thing that will keep ringing in your ears, even after you've watched. So be like, I must stand my ground as a believer. I must, even if you can't take anything else from that video, you take that one thing. That is the importance. So your hook will ensure that the people that are about to scroll, watch, it ensures that they stay and they watch. Okay, a good hook is something like, as a believer, all not everything is about fasting and prayer. As a believer, not everything is about fasting and prayer. That's a good hook. People will be like, so what is, so they want to watch, and then at the end they get, oh, not everything is about fasting and prayer, but there are some other things that you also need to do as a beginner. You need to have a wider vision, you need to think, you need to not be ordinary, you need to, think out of the box and all those things, and then they get the call to action. So you successfully hook them down with your entrance speech, and then they listen to your whole video, and then they get a take home at the end of the video. That is a good short video, or that's a good excerpt structure. Okay. But if a video is starting with, and God called Abraham, and Abraham said, yes, Lord, I am, go to this land that will show you. Maybe the person is reading the Bible, most people will just scroll. If 10 people come across that video, maybe 2 people will watch it, and those 2 people, they know the pastor before. That's why they watch it. You get, because most times don't start your short videos with Bible reading. It won't sell. Honestly, it won't. But start with a hook, something that can hook. So most times it doesn't now have to be in succession. Now, like, the hook maybe in the full message, now you now see at times maybe the hook is even the last thing the pastor said in the original message. Bring it to the beginning so that it hooks people down, and then you continue your message, and then you so when you are cutting, it's just like you are sewing clothes. You are bringing one part, you are bringing another part, bringing another part from different areas of the message, but they go in hand in hand. They explain each other, and then you seam them together. Do you get that? So that's a very powerful tip. Okay, have that. Yeah. So so that's it. I really don't want to stretch further. This is already 2 p.m. and I have a few questions I need to attend to as quickly as possible. Here is the first question: as a beginner or a learner in a media firm, how can I structure my organization to enable evaluation? As a beginner or a learner, I would have liked to ask a follow-up question or something, but let me just answer it like this. If you're a beginner, a learner in a media firm, beginner, like, what are you doing exactly? Are you a video person? Are you a this? Are you a that? But generally speaking, how can you structure your organization? Now, also in this question now, that means, is the organization your own? Okay, this is my organization, is my company. How do I structure it to enable evaluation? There are different ways you can achieve that. For example, when I started, when I saw that I will need a structure for what I do so that it can, like, run on its own. There's this admin aspect and then the creative aspect. The admin aspect are the people that get you the paperwork to just ensure that your company is registered, you have the necessary documents. You also have a structure whereby people where you employ, when they come in, they have their register, they have all their documents, and either what how much they're being paid and all those things. Everything's just stable. What I would advise you, make sure you document every process, and also your finances, to how much money is coming in and all things. You document them, and but the most important thing, like I said, get your company registered. When you get it registered, find out, okay, how do I, all this tax structure and all those things, how do I go about it? Because if you don't have all those things in place, there are some organizations you can bid for contracts. You can't, because they will ask you for all these things. Okay. When you don't have all this structure in place, there are some loans you can't get because they will ask you for this. Can we have your financial statements from within this range to this range so that we can know how much you'll be making, if it's possible for you to make this amount of money, blah blah blah, as you've promised, and all those things. So just know, and one of the ways to know how this works is speak to a lawyer. You don't have to, if you can't afford the lawyer, just speak. If you know a lawyer that deals with business and all those things, speak to them. They are always ready to answer questions. Actually, speak to them, like, ask them questions. This is my company, this is where we are, this is where we intend to be. What are the things we need to put in place? They will just start talking, and then you take notes, know what you need, know where you are, know what you need to get to the next level, and then you're good. All right. My question is, if my church sound is not clear yet, how do I work on that in creating video content? Ah, if my church sound is not good yet. Yeah, there are different ways to do that. There are different ways to do that. You can use the mic method. Okay. You can use the mic method. Get a good mic, a normal wireless. Okay, wireless, I mean lapel mic that you can attach to the body of whosoever is doing the content, maybe your pastor in this case. Attach the mic to the person, and then the receiver is on your camera, or the receiver is on your phone, depending on what you are using to record. And then so that would be like a direct audio from the person. If the audio mixer of your church or something is not good to that point, you can do a direct form of getting the audio. That way you won't have to worry about this. Just let them do their thing. This one is good. And depending on the mic you get actually, and the hack is, the expensive the mic is, the better it is. You know what I mean? So, but just make your research. There are some, for example, this one I'm using, Boya mic. It's a very good tool as well. Very good tool. I think it costs 190 something there about the last time. So max 200k. Okay, and there are some, there's this popular mic people use, K90, although the mic is not too good like that. It's around, I think, 18k, 22k, 25k. K9, that K9 mic. It's very popular. You see it in videos. All these content creators use it a lot. You can also, if you can afford something like this, you can also get those ones. It's still fairly manageable, but I hate it actually because of the quality. But in fact, we did a fitness program today. That was still what we used because there was no other mic. I didn't go with my mic, so we had to use it. So it's still like normal stuff. It still works. So my question as a beginner or a learner in a media firm who doesn't want to just be a church media person only, how do you structure your organization to, you're asking the question. I think this is the same person, right? As a beginner or learner in a media firm, okay, you work in a media firm, but you don't just want to be a church media person. Yeah, I think the answer I give answered this. That's why I said, if you follow the structured formal process, you are going to get a proper structure for your organization. All right. The reason why people don't do this is because they feel um they feel is not needed, and that's why you are always, relegated to just a normal church media person. But when you have these structures in place, then you can extend your tentacles to do other things outside church media. Okay. Okay, so someone said we have the mic. Which mic? Because I mentioned about two mics. Okay, but it's just as if the mic is increasing the noise the more. The mic. That means you have the K19. If it's the K19 that you're saying, or is it K19 or K9? The K9 that you're saying, like I said, it's not a mic I would recommend, but if you can't afford, that's like the list of the mics out there. That, but the thing is this, sound is as important as video. Sound carries 50% of your video, in fact, if not more. Because you can watch a video, you can listen to a sound without a video, but you can't watch a video without a sound. Do you get? So that's why it is very important you invest in sound. The current mic we use in our studio currently, I bought it for 545k mic, because it is very crucial. There are mics you see for 1.7 million, 2.5 million. There are also mics too. So invest in mic so that you can get the quality you want. But the thing is, there's a catch. If you buy a mic for 200k, you can't definitely buy a good sound mixer for 200k, of course. So your church will need about 1.5 million upwards to have a good sound system. But because they don't have a good sound system yet, they can you can always use a good mic that has the ability to reduce environmental noise and all those things, so that you have a crisp and clear output, audio output, as you do your stuff. All right. For your teaching, you said you allow God announced you. You don't go ahead posting those. Okay, my question now is, how do you then advertise your work? You just do, sir, and waiting for God to announce you. No, you got it wrong. I never said I don't post my stuffs. Nah, I do. I said it in the beginning that media is the thing out here. So if you're a creative and you don't harness the power of media, you will not go so far as you ought to. Okay. And I also cited an example about a lady that does not have online presence, but I'll get the work and give her to do, and I make the money. I even make times four of the money she made for doing the work without me working, because I have an online presence. Okay. So do I have an online? Of course I